2, 3, 4.
I don't even think I need intro music anymore, but hit the music. Oh, you didn't hit it. Welcome to Discover Progress, the podcast that used to be about progress wrestling. Now it's just two guys who make zero sense of anything. Just are
we talk about progress
idiots
and AEW,
yeah,
and
we
NXT
do.
and NXT UK.
NX Tuck. I love NX Tuck.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's the best show on the shows. So first and foremost, social media kind of stuff, get it out of the way. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Disc Progress. The Instagram being the Adam Show, that's you.
Adam, this guy.
Yeah,
and
Twitter being the David Show, that's me.
That guy.
Yeah, that's how we sort of nonchalantly introduce each other on this show here. You can also find us at allwrestling.com. Depending when this podcast goes up, you may or may not be able to find us on podcast platforms. Here's a little bit of an update. You will find us on YouTube. That hasn't changed. But had a bit of a server issue. Looking to switch places where we host our podcast now. And, so all of those passes, poof!
Gone!
They're gone. Disappearing act. It's all right. Whatever. You only really need to listen to the show 1 week at a time anyway. So if you've been along for the ride to this point, thank you. We'll continue bringing you more shows and stuff, but in the meantime, it just may not be on your podcast app until I get, a little less lazy, as it were. Here's the story, though. Remember how we always had problems getting on Spotify?
Yes.
Maybe now I'll be able to get us on Spotify. See, I was having the podcast hosted at a friend who had a website, and he's like, yeah, you can just host it on my website, and we used like this open source podcast host thing so that it would go to the different podcast providers and whatnot. And then all of a sudden I logged onto my computer one day or on my iTunes and it was like, hey, we could no longer verify the owner of this site. I'm like, what? So I asked him, and sure enough, he deleted his website, therefore making the RSS feed for the podcast null and void. So we're in the process of changing things over, setting it up. But here we are, talking about all sorts of craziness. How do we want to... Do you have a question?
I do.
Oh, you do? All right.
I managed, while you were doing that, I managed to find
Here's
something.
the funny thing is we had a brief discussion while watching NXT today, and I thought for sure you were going to use that as your question because I said...
But then it showed you.
And then you showed me.
Yeah.
But yeah, my question was, I wonder... okay, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched this week's NXT yet... Pause and go watch it. We say that all the time. But
welcome back.
Welcome back. But what I was going to say is I was wondering... Since the advent of TakeOver, which title has changed hands more times on TV than any other? And you could have left that as your question.
I could have left that as my
question. You could have even been like, okay, how many? Unless that is your question now. How many times? But it was the tag titles.
That many times.
There you go. So, instead, it is now time for a brand new Adam's Question of the Day.
In honor of NXT UK Takeover Cardiff.
Yes.
Which is in Wales.
Yes.
How many Welsh performers have been in the WWE?
Oh, my word. What? I'm just going to throw a number. First, I'm going to think how many are currently for sure in NXT UK. That's just where I'm going to start from.
Okay.
So we got... I think there's currently 4 in NXT UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to throw a number out there, and I'm going to say 6.
So close.
Is it 5 or 7?
7.
Yeah, okay. Because I know there's a guy, I believe, in early NXT that's from
so
Wales,
there's
right?
Tegan Knox.
Oh, yeah, right.
Wild Boar.
Yep.
Mark Andrews.
Yep.
The Pride of Wales, Eddie Dennis.
Yep.
Flash Morgan Webster.
Yep.
I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. Bad news, Barrett.
He's from Wales?
He's from Wales, according to the internet.
All right.
Take it with a grain of salt. And Mason Ryan, who you saw recently.
NXT.
He's...
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Wow, okay. A very large Welshman. Very muscular Welshman.
Yeah.
Frighteningly so.
Wow. So is Is Barrett really from?
What
Did you actually look him up?
I will.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, sorry.
I was like, what is his first name?
Bennett.
Stu Bennett, professional wrestler.
Professional wrestler.
Let's see. Does it say
Now,
he's from Wales?
Professional. He resides in Manhattan, New York. He was born in Penwortham, Lancashire. It's not near Wales.
Well, it's near Wales probably, but it's not Wales. So my original
Your
answer
is correct.
Unless he was billed from Wales at some point, I wonder.
He was not. He was billed from Manchester, England, and Preston, England.
So where
does that cut? What?
Yeah, what website were you looking at?
ProWrestlingFandom.com.
Well,
You'd think
guys
that
at
would
Pro
work.
Wrestling Fandom, get
Check
your
your
stuff together.
shit.
Yeah, get it together. So my original answer was correct.
6!
Yes!
Yay!
Six. I stopped
Even
at
though he
3
forgot about
sixes.
Tegan Knox.
Yeah, I did forget about Tegan Knox. So it was really just throwing out a random number. It's all good. Yeah, okay, so
Like, you got something to say.
how do we want to do this?
We got picks?
Yeah, do we just want to jump into
Or we
the
want to talk
picks?
about the happenings in NXTs?
Yeah, because...
We should maybe talk about the happenings on NXTs. Although this NXT UK didn't actually have any new additions to
no matches, no.
the card.
Yeah.
So I won our takeover What If
Yeah, with the one...
with one pick.
Yeah. Oh, man, it was incredible. Although I'm still holding out. I'm going to say if what I predicted to happen in that tag match happens, I'm wiping out your win.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Because that was a long play if I get it right. Which, of course, I said South Wales Subculture was going to win the tag titles in a multi-team match. I said a fatal four-way. It's a triple threat. But
So close.
with Eddie Dennis coming out
To make
to help
the
I don't know
save
I don't know what he'd
payoff.
do, how it would work, unless it's like
distraction.
unless it's like Gallus, Joe comes down, but he's got a match on that night. So I was like, I don't know why Eddie would come down necessarily, but anyways, we'll see.
And then they hug, and then he destroys them.
Yeah, heartbreak. Anyway, so let's talk about TV,
All right,
and then we'll get the picks in the end. 'Cause-
NXT UK.
Yeah.
What happened on NXT?
What
UK?
did happen on NXT UK?
We had a really
Let's
good.
not call it that though.
It's
NXT
horrible.
UK.
NXT UK. We had a really good match between Banks and Dar.
What?
No,
No,
Devlin and
Devlin and
Williams.
Kenny Williams.
Wow.
Banks and Dar is on Cardiff.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenny Williams. Yeah, that's true. We also had. This is what I wanted to talk about. Was I'm blanking on his name right now. Don't look down.
Joseph Connors.
You love him.
You love it.
Joseph.
I love Joseph. Connors, I do.
It's Joseph.
Joseph
As they say.
Connors.
Joseph Connors against, I forget the guy's name who debuted.
Oliver Carter.
Oliver. You're so good at these names.
I'm
just
trying
gonna
so
trust you.
hard.
Oliver Carter. That match was really good.
Was really good.
And it makes me want and hope that, and then even along the lines of Kenny Williams in his performance against Devlin, because Devlin is obviously, he's a guy who you can put in that main event picture and it makes
He's
sense.
top.
Yeah.
He's at the top.
Anyway, but I want them to have some kind of mid card title,
Yes.
and I think this is a thing that most promotions talk about, and I don't know how often a promotion, I don't know if it ever happens. It's just like, here's a minimum of 3 titles right off the hop, right? Or 4
Yeah.
titles. I guess these days, a lot of promotions, you do get a minimum of 3 titles pretty quick because you're going to have your main title, your tag title, and a women's title,
Yes.
right? But that mid-card title, obviously NXT just introduced it within the past year
Yes.
with the North American
All right.
Championship.
You ready?
Yeah.
The WWE
Stop it.
NXT United Kingdom Irish Scottish Invitational title.
Does it stand? Are you spelling something out there, or are you just making
No,
it
I
up?
just
Okay.
made stuff up.
I was like, that wasn't your Lance Storm. What was it, Saskatchewan Hardcore Invitational
Title.
title or whatever it was. I was thinking about that just the other day, actually.
Oh, that's
Good old
funny.
Lance Storm.
Uh,
I guess he's closing his wrestling school, I heard.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
now we
Mr.
don't.
Nick told me that. So if that's not true, blame Mr. Nick at allwrestling.com.
Now we don't have a wrestling school in Alberta.
I guess not, although we just saw on
I-
Instagram.
yes, that's true.
Michael Richard Blaze
This is
is
August 14th and 15th.
yeah, he's doing a
Okay.
2-day training thing.
2-day training.
that's
16
cool.
years in the industry.
Yeah.
So he's got lots of.
Which, yeah, by the way, went to the latest PWA show on the weekend. You chose Monster Trucks over PWA.
Yes.
Hope it was worth it.
6 crashes.
I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was a pretty decent PWA show. Of course, to those of you not from Edmonton, PWA is our local kind of main promotion that we've got going on.
Prairie Wrestling Alliance.
There was actually some solid booking on that show. The main event of the show was MRB, Michael Richard Blaze, fighting for the PWA championship, which he won, and then the GM, who is this guy who's dressed in colorful
very
suits.
colorful.
And has always kind of been a good guy also. He's like, yeah, you're a champion for the people, you're a champion for PWA, but you're not my champion. And then he called out another guy who's also, I think, on the cusp of being something good.
Alan Richard Clark.
Now, for those of you who can't see, he was flexing with every name.
Just like him.
That's what he does. Yeah, and he gets mad at Ivan, the ring announcer, when he doesn't announce his name properly.
Yes.
Now announce it so I can pose.
Yeah.
And so it was some good stuff. Some good old fashioned heel turning and heartbreaking. It's a fun time. But anyways, back to NXT UK. That mid card title, is that what we were talking about?
Yes.
I just think it gives you something. I mean, obviously, looking at how they structure takeovers, typically you have your title matches, and then you have 1 or 2 sort of grudge matches. This would give you, because usually I think it's 5 matches on a card. This would give you 5, but one of them would be for a title.
Yeah, 1 less grudge match.
One less grudge match, or it could be a grudge match, title match. But
that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, technically, there's only 1 grudge match in this one, anyways.
Right.
Because I wouldn't necessarily say Banks and Dar is a grudge match.
No, that's Noam Dar being like, I'm a superstar and I should be on these takeovers. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's who you get to
and
fight.
Everybody else is a dafty.
Yeah.
But Devlin's making the same comment. So how come Devlin and Dar aren't fighting?
Because they're both bad guys.
That would be a great match, though.
Yeah.
Bad guys or no, great match.
I know.
I mean, Banks and Dar is going to be a good match, too.
Yeah.
There's going to be some loud leg slaps.
It's funny because I don't, like, Dar doesn't come across as much of, like, a kicking striker to me.
But he does a lot of kicks. And his finisher is a kick.
Well, one of his finishers, but it's like almost like a leg lariat.
It's an enziguri, I think.
So yeah, sort of. But the way he does it doesn't like. Yeah. It's not. I don't know. Because his other is champagne super knee bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But which I think is it him who does it when he's finishing it? He like starts kicking the guy in the back, or is that TJP?
No,
or maybe they both do it.
TJ locks the leg across.
I know TJ. Yeah, he does the figure 4.
Dars is more of a grapevine, and he just starts kicking him.
Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, a mid-card title would be a lot of fun because I think they really showcased some of those guys this week that could really like make that whole scene worth it, like the mid-card sort of thing on NXT UK. Kenny Williams, great guy to be doing it. Like I said, Joseph Connors, give him like he's had this shiny new things sort of
shiny new toys.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we need.
Just
to
like
talk
Shane
about.
Thorne.
Sorry, this kind of reminded me a little bit, it segued a bit, because, of course, Cassius Ohno was doing that at one point on NXT.
And now Shane Thorne is.
Yeah, exactly. But now Cassius on NXT UK is doing the whole, like,
I'm a
British
wrestling. I'm better at Japanese wrestling.
But Cesaro's going to be there.
Cesaro's going to be in Cardiff.
Yeah, we don't know why and what's happening, but...
We all know why.
I hope... Could you imagine? Okay, let's for a moment.
The reunification.
Yeah. Okay. Stop before you keep going. I want you to stop it. I want you to fantasy book what that match would be.
They're going to be inserted into a match.
Are you saying making it a fatal 4-way?
No.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
But
it'll be Cassius versus Devlin or something like that.
But that's not on the card.
Cassius is actually wrestling Jack on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Cesaro will come out and fight Devlin, and then Cassius will come out, and Devlin will have, I don't know, surprise backup. Surprise backup!
I just wonder what they'll do, because, like, why is he going there?
He's going to have a match against
If he had a match against Devlin, that would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
Such a good match. Does Devlin lose again? Like he lost to Finn?
No, I think this will be more of a...
Devlin's running shtick now is that he shows up to takeovers and gets beat by main roster.
Yes.
Dang it! Have it again! Except in his Irish accent.
Yes. He's from Leeds!
Good stuff. And then...
It would be awesome if they would just, like, insert it into the Tag Team Championship.
What was our... I think that would be great, but
you added... Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, no. I was going to ask something else, but...
Kings.
But the problem with
wrestling.
Kings of Wrestling is that Cassius is fighting Gallagher
Jackie Boy.
on the pre-show.
And we're getting Rhea versus Piper on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Which means next week, we know what the matches are going to be.
Yes, we do. This should be all right.
Good matches.
What was our main event this week, though?
Kenny versus...
Oh, yeah, versus Jordan Devlin. And it was fantastic.
And it was
That's right.
fantastic. I think they had 3 matches.
And then cut to something after. There was some short
after, and then the Grizzled.
That's right.
Young veterans came out to yell and pout.
I just remember it being this off. What I did love...
And then Gallus came out, and he's like...
Oh, great. Yeah, I loved...
And then he called them divs.
Yeah.
And then he was tirading on... It was all just Zach Gibson talking the entire
fantastic.
time. He started a tirade on Gallus, and then South Wales Subculture came out. He started yelling at them, and they just marched right down the ring and punched
Everyone starts fighting.
James, and it was just a big fight.
Yeah, I did love, though, how he's like, cut the music! And he's like going on him, but the music's still playing for a bit, and then he gets in the ring, starts talking. Oh, sure, come on! Zach Gibson's just pissed and angry.
He is great.
It was good stuff.
He's up at the top of the card.
Yeah.
He's very high card.
I wonder, though, will they do that or will they keep him in the tag team?
I think they'll keep him in the tag team for a while.
I think he should be.
I don't see the point in breaking up him and James Drake.
Fair. Okay, so let's talk about NXT, and then we'll finish off with our picks. Because this week's NXT was something else.
We got
it was fantastic.
2 matches?
No.
3 matches?
Yeah, what did we have?
We had Lee and Dijakovic.
Yeah, we had the main event.
Tag match.
I felt like there was another match. But Io Shirai.
Oh, Io versus some
girl who's been on Monday Night Raw.
She got beat up by Bayley.
According to Beth Phoenix.
Thanks, Beth.
Oh, she's even been on Monday Night Raw against Bayley.
She was trained by Gangrel.
Yeah.
And someone else.
Yeah, I forget who else. But yeah, I was like, oh, all right.
Great pedigree.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's how the show opened. And then we got Keith Lee and Dominic
Moonsaults,
Dijakovic,
Tope Suicidas, Tope Con Heroes.
Oh my goodness! I watching that match had actual physical / audible responses to things. Where it's like, don't just he did, you did as well.
Spanish fly,
the Spanish
from
fly
the
off the top rope. Are you kidding me?
600-pound Spanish fly, guys. 600 pounds. The men combined in that ring.
I'm sure over 600
probably
pounds.
over 600 pounds.
Yeah. And then the near falls. It was it was clearly a match that was initially booked
It was a
to be on
takeover
TakeOver.
match, yeah.
Or at least the pre-show of TakeOver, right?
They definitely stole the show.
Oh, for sure.
This week's NXT was Keith Lee versus Dijakovic.
Yeah.
That was the thing to watch.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And I mean, they built it up last week with the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, as the video was playing last week, I just remember being like, I'm invested in this. Mm-hmm. This is good. Obviously they had their first match was the double count.
Really good. And that was a good match too.
And then the injury, right?
Yeah.
Took Dominic Dijakovic out. And then, so finally we get it. And it was 100% worth it.
Did not disappoint.
The only thing I wanted to see was Keith Lee pounce Dominic Dijakovic, just hardcore.
Boom.
It would have been fantastic. But yeah, just throwing everything in that match. It was worth a watch. If you don't watch NXT weekly, go. I don't know why you listen to this podcast then.
Well, we talk about progress every other week.
Yeah, when they have new chapters out and we actually watch them. But yeah, go find that match, go watch it. Even if the WWE YouTube, I wonder their little 5-minute clips that they do.
Yeah,
might even be get you salivating a little bit. It was fantastic. I don't typically like big guy versus big guy because there's
especially with the whole he moves like other big men can't move.
Right, but I just wonder if if that match had it been on the main roster, whether it was on a pay-per-view or a Monday night or Tuesday night or whatever, would it have been the same thing, or would it have been oh, you're big guys, so you must just punch hard?
Yeah,
and and then
I think that's
blast guys through barriers.
That's an inherent problem with WWE is they don't let guys move like they actually physically can move, and they have to move like they're supposed to look like they move.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I mean, I can't really speak to that.
I don't watch a lot of main roster.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't even know the last time. I think the last pay-per-view I watched was parts of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I don't know the last full show I watched, but
no, you didn't even. You barely watched. Well, you watched most of WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania. I had it on.
Yeah,
that's right. But anyway, that match was incredible, worth a watch. We also got some kind couple different video packages. One that was confusing.
We got a Johnny Gargano farewell video package.
Well, it was like a Johnny Gargano NXT retrospective, which I was like, okay, cool. Like, does that mean he's done? And it was this great video. I was like, oh man, just taking me through everything. And then Nigel's like, could this be it? Who knows? We don't know. I'm like, well, you just kind of made it sound like...
What's in store for Mr. Johnny Wrestling?
It's and then Thorne came out, and he's like...
So we know what's in store for Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, is that what's next?
The worst.
I didn't really catch what he was saying. Yeah. But,
well, he was pissed because they were showing this video about Johnny Wrestling instead of Shane Thorne. He's like, what about my win streak? Why is nobody talking about that? Like, he beat 2 guys.
He's beating the breakout guys, though.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't get onto Johnny
Bronson
Wrestling
Reed
yet. He has to beat more breakout guys.
And Swerve. He beat Swerve.
He beat
Whose
Swerve.
house?
Yeah, he beat Swerve so hard that he's like, I'm just going to go to 205 Live and immediately have great matches. Cool.
Yep.
I'll allow it. We'll see you soon, Swerve.
You'll be back.
When NXT goes live in a couple weeks.
Absorbs.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if that's actually...
NXT
that was just
205.
I don't know if it was an actual rumor or just an idea sort of thing that I'd heard, but I think that'd be great.
That would be good.
At least, like, if they want to still have 205 on Tuesday nights, all right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, feature the title.
Drew. For a better NXT.
There you go. He's been on enough recently. He's fantastic.
He is.
But yeah, and then the main event we had...
missed. We had
we had a little
Shayna Baszler come out. To sit down with Pete.
Oh my! How did I skip Shayna Baszler?
Shayna Baszler and her the ladies.
So I don't even think she said a thing.
She didn't. She was about to talk.
Yeah, and then Rhea Ripley's music hits, and it was another moment where I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, and the crowd went bonkers.
They went off. They popped for it, which is great.
And
Rhea then she came out,
smugly marched down to the ring.
But what I loved is she comes out to the ring and Shayna is about to talk, and Rhea just rips the mic out of her hands. I know what you're about to say in her Australian accent, that you've beat everybody here, but you haven't beat me, bitch. Throws the mic down. Game, set, and match. Nice knowing you, Shayna Baszler. Yeah. My question is that going to be a TV match?
Probably. Next tapings.
Right. Well, or that taping. It may be, like the end of the taping sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
It's like,
now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But does she win? Could she win?
Oh, you know what that could very well be? That could be the main event or whatever on the first live show.
Oh.
Because, like, you'd think they got to come out with a bang. Like, debuting on USA.
Especially because AEW's show is going to...
No, they got
the women's championship.
Yeah, but they got a couple weeks before AEW hits TV, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think AEW is in October. So they've got a couple weeks head start on them.
In time for my birthday.
In time for your birthday.
And I won't be able to watch it.
No. Yeah, well. I'm sure they'll offer up some subscription service.
Yeah, I ain't paying for that.
Yeah, and that's the problem is I don't know if...
Is it going to be on Discover Progress?
On Demand Progress?
Demand Progress?
Yeah, no. I don't know if it's on TV in Canada at this point.
They said it will be.
Yeah.
I don't know if they finalized the deal yet.
Yeah, I wonder what it'll be.
Or whom they will finalize that deal with.
Curious. Because, like, Sportsnet has all the WWE stuff.
Yeah.
So does it go to TSN?
Could.
Or is it
does TSN even care?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. If it depends what they've regularly... Like, I suppose... Well, TSN doesn't have the NHL.
Yeah.
They've got some regional coverage. So, I mean... Mm-hmm. I don't even think they'd care in the middle of winter.
But, I mean, you can get TNT here.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure. It's not like USA.
Right.
Which, I mean, I think you can get USA here, too.
Yeah, maybe.
If you have, the correct packages.
Yeah. Maybe that's the thing. Is like, I don't
satellite.
Know.
I don't TV.
You don't TV very well?
At all.
That's fine.
Survivor.
But, yeah, so that I'm wondering when that match will happen, because... I don't know if I've ever been so, like, immediately like, yep, let's do it, as when Rhea Ripley came out. Which is weird, because she's 100%...
She is not a good guy on
NXT UK. She is 100% probably, like, almost the same level heel as Shayna Baszler is. But, I mean, she just comes out being, like, they popped for her, and it was just immediately like... You said you beat everyone, but you haven't beat me, so let's do this.
And then she swore.
What? How dare she? She's like, I got to get this out before we're on TV.
Yeah.
Can't say that.
That will be a good match.
It should be, yeah.
Could you imagine if Rhea won?
Oh, I'd love it.
The first ever NXT and NXT UK champion.
That's true. I'd love it. That'd be great. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I feel like it'll either be at the end of these tapings, or maybe the first match.
The first live show?
Like first on that first show, yeah. Who knows? Whether or not it's the main event or not, I don't know. But it is what it is. And then we finally, now we can get, we had the Pete Dunne thing, basically saying I'm here for the North American Championship. I'm not done in NXT UK, he said.
Yes.
He said, this doesn't mean I'm done in NXT UK, so who knows? That just
he wants that North American
That just means he's going to show up at Cardiff.
Do you think...
To help Tyler Bate lose.
Do you think... Does he have a full-time contract yet?
We still don't know. He has not answered the question. You got to find that documentary on YouTube because that was great.
It was actually a really good documentary.
It really was.
Actually.
And if you want to see, I don't even remember what it's called, but if you want to see all these, because I think, was Tyler in it?
It had Tyler. It had, I think Mark was in it. They were practicing jumping off of things into a ball pit.
That's right. They were doing moonsaults and shooting star presses and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty great. It's 15 minutes, I think.
Even the Grado documentary is
Grado.
It's yourself.
It's yourself. I haven't seen him in a while. I wonder what he's doing these days.
He's in TNA.
Impact?
Yeah.
Well, even when I was watching Impact, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Granted, I did see him a while ago.
With Joe Hendry.
When he was, watching Impact for a little bit. But anyway, the main event of NXT was for the Tag Team Championships. And because, of course, the Street Profits pinned the Illegal Man at the last Takeover Toronto. So, Undisputed Era get their rematch.
And soon!
What?
Wait. The Grizzled Young Veterans came out, right?
No. We got a little Undisputed Era
title
win.
Change.
Yeah, title change.
Kyle O'Reilly
hence the question at the beginning of this episode of which title has changed hands more often on NXT TV than any other titles. And it would definitely be the tag team titles. And okay, so we're now 3/4 draped in gold, Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Is it going to happen? I think I like the idea of Roddy not being able to get it done, and then basically Undisputed Era just being well, we're just going to cut the fat, and we said we'd be draped in gold. Roddy, you're out. Now we're draped in gold.
Yeah, we did it.
Or, as we've discussed as well, Roddy winning the North American Championship, Adam Cole losing it. And then them going,
well, next week.
Boop. And all of a sudden, a new leader is Roderick Strong. You don't like that?
I don't think Roddy has the charisma for that.
No, he doesn't. Which is why I don't actually see it going that way.
I know who will be the new leader of Undisputed Era.
Rhea Ripley.
Yes. Shane Thorne.
Shane Thorne. There you go. Fair enough. Why not? Hey, why not? So it was a really good episode of NXT this week. It was funny though because the tag team match, the tag title match at the end, which was the main event, was overshadowed. But I think on pure performance and it was still a good match.
It was a great match,
but on pure performance and just enjoyment, Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, it was yeah,
actually 953.
It was so good. It was so good.
Anyway.
We got two shows this weekend.
There's 2 shows, back to back, side to side.
Yeah.
Actually, one's slightly before the other because of time zones.
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to watch both shows. So we'll see.
Magic.
Somehow, some way. So, do we want to start with the order that they'll actually air in?
Yes.
Okay, so NXT UK.
NXT UK. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
I'm going to try to guess the order of the show, because that's the only way we're actually going to get any points. First match will be Dave Mastiff versus Joe Coffey in a last man standing match. Who do you pick?
I hope I actually, because I wrote the picks, we wrote the picks down.
I wrote the picks down.
I hope I remember. Mastiff.
I also picked Mastiff.
Yeah, okay.
Following that, Toni Storm versus Kaylee Ray.
You think that's going to be the second match?
I think that might be the second
All right, Toni Storm.
Toni Storm. Following that, we're going to go the tag match.
Mm-hmm.
I picked South Wales Subculture. Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, as did you.
Yeah.
Then Travis Banks and Noam Dar.
Right.
We both picked Banks.
Yeah.
And then Tyler Bate versus Walter. And I also
we
picked
both
Walter.
Picked all the same ones. I feel like your order of the show.
You don't like my order of the show? You think?
No, this will be the tiebreaker. Okay, so that was your order of the show. So because we picked all the exact same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see this. Let me see this list.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm just going to go over yours again. You had Mastiff and Coffee opening up. Then you had Tony and Kaylee.
Yeah.
And then you had tag titles.
Yeah.
Banks, blah, blah. I think it'll go Mastiff and Coffee first. I should write this down.
I
have a pen!
That being said, there might be a six match, and we could probably use that as the tiebreaker, too.
I say South Wales Subculture, the tag match will be second. And then I think, where'd it go? Oh, nope. Oh, there. 3 is Travis and Noam.
All right.
4 is Tony and Kaylee. 5 is Walter. And
the great Walter, the big strong man defeating the big strong boy.
Right. All right. So now the show where we have a lot of different picks.
Many different picks. Many different picks.
No idea what's going on in the world
It's
of
mostly
AEW.
We're picking the people that we want to win.
Pretty much. So.
And then I picked some guys who I'm like, oh, that guy will probably win.
Right. All right. No idea which order this show will go in.
I'm not going to try. So we're just going to start at the bottom because I'm sure match number 1 is the main event.
Yeah. Maybe it's in the order you're about to reverse read it. Who
maybe.
knows?
So match number 10, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt. I imagine both of them will be riding Luchasaurus to the ring.
Right, yeah.
Versus SoCal Uncensored. I don't think any of them will be riding anyone.
Oh, that's too bad.
Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
One of the best 3-man tag groups
they're pretty great
in the world.
I feel
one of the best either any combination of these 3 is also probably one of the best tag teams in the world right now.
Maybe, yeah. I think Luchasaurus and crew should go over there. They're just so over. But I mean, that's the thing is they'd also remain over regardless, right? Like so.
They don't need it, but I feel SoCal Uncensored is also over enough. But I feel SoCal Uncensored could use the win more because they lost their last couple matches.
Did they?
I don't think they've won a single match in AEW yet.
No, I think they won at Double or Nothing.
Did they? I thought they lost Double or Nothing.
Who did they fight at Double or Nothing? They opened the show. I can't remember who they fought.
No, Christopher Daniels fought...
Yeah, no, I know, but like Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
Following that, this is number 9 on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn versus Angelico and Jack Evans.
Yeah, I picked Angelico and Evans just because I like them.
Private Party.
Private Party looked great too. I think it should be a fun match.
Literally no horse in this race.
Yeah.
Back to the main card. Riho versus Hikaru Shida.
I picked Riho.
And I also picked Riho because she's adorable.
Totes adorbs.
If she's the correct one we're thinking of, she is totally adorable.
I just said it. Totes adorbs.
Mm-hmm. Back to the pre-show. 21 Women's Casino Battle Royale.
Right. I picked Nyla because...
They had 10 people announced and 11 others.
I think you have because who did you pick?
I picked Britt Baker.
The Doctor. I think she's a good pick. Yeah, I like Nyla. I don't know if she'll win.
I imagine Smiley Kylie's going to be in there.
I feel like what may happen in this is Nyla...
The librarian.
Yeah, Nyla and Awesome Kong both get eliminated at the same time.
Yeah. Awesome Kong's in it.
Yeah, because they're both like big.
And a bunch of girls are just going to gang up on them and knock, or they'll knock each other out.
Yeah, they'll be fighting each other, and then Smiley
Kylie
or whatever comes over, and whoop, flips them over,
and then some heel will come out and knock Kylie out. Yeah. The librarian will shush her out of the ring or something.
That'll be the final 4. It'll be Smiley Kylie, Awesome Kong, Nyla, and Britt Baker.
Yeah,
and
Britt Baker wins because Smiley does all the work, and Britt Baker's just like
out you go.
Yeah. Following that. What is going to, I assume, be end up very red match. Darby Allin versus Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc. 3 of the 4 kings of the death match in AEW.
Yeah.
The 4th one is out injured. You have Darby.
Yeah, I love Darby.
I picked my man Jimmy.
There you go.
James Quentin Havoc.
I mean, maybe he wins. I just don't feel like... Here's the one thing. I love that Jimmy Havoc is in AEW, but I really feel like they're not going to do anything with him.
No, they probably won't.
Like, he's it's just like, here's your... You've worked hard.
Yeah,
sort
here's
of
some
deal.
money.
Yeah.
You're great.
Maybe, he'll get some wins. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I see them like... This is an opportunity...
For Darby.
Well, and I was going between Darby and Joey, but yeah, I just went with my heart on that one. I'm like, Darby's so fun to watch. Yeah. And I don't know if he's actually younger than Joey. He's very young, though.
He is.
So it's pretty
He's
great.
got time.
Yeah, but it's a great opportunity to be like, we're pushing young guys.
Is on his side. Speaking of pushing young guys, my true AEW champion and your true AEW champion, Sean Spears, with Tully Blanchard taking on Cody. Sean.
Yeah, I hope. Otherwise, again, what's
the point? Why'd you do? Why all the build if Cody just triumphs?
Yeah.
It's either
why put him in that match? And
either Cody's going to win by DQ, or
maybe.
Sean is going to win.
Maybe I can see that Cody wins by DQ.
Shenanigans.
It's not the end of the story.
Yeah.
Sure.
Then in a ladder match, nothing.
Yeah.
No.
What
stakes.
are they going to suspend
There's
above
nothing
the
up
ring?
there. The Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. I think it's a contract, isn't it?
Maybe, but for what? Because it's not even like it's announced. I don't know that it's announced that whoever wins that's fighting for the tag belts. Like I don't know. Like they're just like the Lucha Bros at was it Fight for the Fallen? We're like, we're gonna have a ladder match at All Out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Young Bucks accepted it.
Oh.
All right. What is it for?
It's an Escalera de la Muerta for the AAA World Tag Team Championship.
Oh, I didn't realize it was for. Oh snap! I might change my pick because I picked the Young Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Lucha Bros. I know they're AAA champions.
Watch the Young Bucks win. You're gonna kick yourself so hard.
Whatever.
And then the Best Friends.
So wait, you didn't say who you picked. You picked.
I
Luchas?
picked also the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, okay.
I picked the Lucha Bros originally.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, the Lucha Bros just always beat the Young Bucks.
I don't know if they do. I mean, the Young Bucks have literally gone to Mexico and
won.
beat them
yes.
for the belts.
I believe they beat them for the CMLL belts too.
Maybe I just don't. Yeah, I just don't see the Young Bucks going into AEW TV holding on to the AAA championship. So I don't think they'll win.
No. Following that, we get Chucky Taylor and Trent Beretta.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Trent? He's in AEW.
He's in AEW now.
The Best Friends versus Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. We literally saw a match with them. I finally saw a match with them at Progress Toronto.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, yeah.
The Dark Order.
The Dark Order.
With all their little gimp mask friends.
Yeah. Who at one point was Chris Jericho.
Who at one point one of them was Chris Jericho.
Yeah, that was at...
just they needed extra bodies.
Fighter Fest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Fighter Fest. Well, it wasn't that they needed extra, but it was a Chris Jericho ploy because then he came out as one of them, and then later Adam Page had him... Oh, it was when he had his Kip Sabian match. After the match, he came out as still dressed up as one of them and attacked Kip. And then, it was kind of funny.
Clever boy.
Because he was the only one out of all of these minions that was wearing like full like covering because of his tattoos and stuff.
Right.
And his dad bod. They're like, we can't let him know. So I'm like, why didn't you just dress them all in that then? Like instead of making it obvious that one of these guys is very different from the rest of them. Anyway.
The deadliest.
Anyway,
the deadliest bod of all wrestlers.
Yeah, I have the Dark Order winning.
I also have the Dark Order winning. They've just had way too much build for them to.
Yeah, I could see the Best Friends making it to the finals.
Yeah,
but
well, this is for the bye.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, the Best Friends
winners receive a first round bye. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the Best Friends will have to, assuming they lose, fight another match, right?
I don't see the Dark Order winning the tournament, but I do see them probably being the ones to lose the belts or lose the finals.
I could see this being the final.
That would be quite awesome.
Dark Order beats
so like
Best
they
Friends
just
and then
Dark Order just smashes the Best Friends.
Yeah,
like just makes it look like it's just laughable. And then the Best Friends work their way back to the finals against the Dark Order and
get that W.
Get that big old dub.
Could be. We'll see. Who knows?
Next match, the artist formerly known as John Moxley is transformed into someone from Newcastle upon Tyne.
Wait a minute. I love it. I love it. The artist formerly known as Dean Ambrose has now been replaced by the artist formerly known as Neville.
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as the man Gravity forgot.
He's still the man that Gravity forgot.
Does he still come out as that?
I don't know. I imagine so.
Maybe.
Pac, a.k.a. Jungle Pac, a.k.a. No, that's the wrong guy.
a.k.a. 8 Pac. I'm sure he's got 8 of them.
He's probably got 12.
12
Let's
Pac.
be honest. Pac versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
You have Pac.
With all of the fuss that surrounded Pac in coming to AEW.
Yeah.
Again, can't see him losing that first official match.
Originally supposed to fight Adam Page
for the belt
at All In.
No, it wasn't All In. It was
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
For the belt.
For the belt.
Now wrestling Kenny Omega for no reason.
Yeah. Other than to make a debut.
Singles match, yeah. No stipulation.
Nope. It'll be a fun one. Poor Jon Moxley.
He finally loves wrestling again. Finally.
Goes and hurts himself.
Although
I guess he's not out too bad.
No, it's probably just like some aggravated thing.
Yeah, I don't know if he hurt something or if he's just actually like something's gotten to the point where he's like, I need to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I think was it bone spurs or something like that?
I can just file those
he's
down.
He's not even out long. Like he has what is he, the IWGP United States champion?
Yeah.
So he has like a defense coming up that he's still doing. Like
it's just he needs a bit of time. He probably had to like book an emergency surgery to get it done so he could do the IWGP, and it kind of fell into. He's probably already had the surgery for all we know.
Maybe by now, yeah.
They're just filing. They had to sand down the spurs.
If that's what it was, I can't remember if that's what. But I just know it was like anything. He's not out for long.
It was a tummy ache.
Yeah, a tummy ache.
Don't kill me, John. Please don't kill me. I love you. David's the one who thinks your lunatic lariat looks stupid.
I'm not the only one. Come off it.
It looks kind of goofy.
And when anybody else does it looks goofy. Any of those rebound moves.
I have never seen anyone do a rebound move that looks good.
What's the one? Oh, the 6-1 line? Who does the 6-1 line?
That's Dragunov.
Yeah. Like, why?
The Muscovite. He also had a match.
Oh, yeah.
At NXT UK. We're winding it back.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who he beat.
Yeah, but he did the 6-1 line.
Yeah.
Yeah, who did he beat? I don't remember who he beat either. Oh, it was T-Bone.
Oh, yeah. That's right, because we came in because we were watching Prime Target Takeover Cardiff, and then I just hit refreshed and hit.
It was happening already, so we went with it.
We missed the first bit.
Yeah.
And finally, Adam Page versus Chris Jericho, the dadliest of all wrestlers.
Yeah.
In a singles match for the AEW Championship.
I honestly think the better, more possibly interesting booking would be for Chris Jericho to win it first. Yeah. I think Adam Page will win it just because like AEW trying to be different, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, is it different though? It's like, oh, yay, the Elite's best friend won the belt.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Big surprise.
I get that, and I like the booking if Jericho were to win it, of him almost like holding AEW hostage off the beginning,
right?
Being like this old, like WCW WWE hand who's done it all, and we're still better than you type thing, right? Like that idea, I think would be interesting to kind of start.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then getting Page the win after a while, to redeem.
Having him work for it.
Yeah, but I mean, I also see them ending All Out on a feel good moment, which I think is the Adam Page win.
Yeah.
Even though, like you said, like the odds, not odd, but the obvious similarities between the Elite and the Clique. Yeah. Right? Like going back.
Or Cody's best friend.
Just putting your own friends over.
You know who's not on the card? And this is very surprising and very disappointing to me. MJF.
Holy shoot, he's not. Well, he'll be there. He's going to get involved in that Sean Spears Cody match, for sure.
Also, exceptionally disappointing, and he better be in the 21 Women Battle Royale. Orange Cassidy? Come on, guys.
Oh, yeah. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Can you imagine if he shows up in the battle? Just same thing again.
Yeah. The Awesome Kong.
Kong just lays him out. What are you?
I love Orange Cassidy. He's great.
Dead. That's what you are.
He is hilarious.
So there you go. Those are our picks, whether they are fantastic picks or not.
You can decide.
Yeah. So anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of Discover Progress. Remember, I don't know. At this moment, as we're recording, we don't have a place where we're hosting the website.
You can watch us on YouTube.
Outside of YouTube. Pretty soon, if we're not already, we should be back in all your podcast places and at allwrestling.com. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Disc Progress. Again, the Instagram show, that being the Adam Show.
That's me.
The Twitter thingy, that's the David Show.
That's David. That's you.
Do it. That is me. So we'll say goodbye now. Are you ready? Goodbye.
I have one more thing to say.
Oh.
Upon the news, in WWE Wrestling News, the man who attacked Roman